I'm Arnel Tordesillas, um, from Valenzuela, but now living in Quezon City, just near Valenzuela, in Novaliches. That's where I came from. Uh, I was part of the Rogationist now before until novitiate, and now I'm also absorbed by the province to help in the sector of mission and charity. And at the same time, I'm also giving recollections, retreats, some team building seminars to the different groups. Just 3 days, for 3 days, from Tuesday to Thursday, yesterday, I was in Silang. I was invited, and I was invited by the Oasis, upon the recommendation of Father Jesse. And also, this schedule is also upon the recommendation also of Father Jesse. So that's why I am here, and I do hope that I can give justice to the topic that was given to me. So the topic that was given to me po ay lay leadership in education and formation. No? At first, I was thinking, what is it all about? No, what is it all about? Then Father Jesse told me, since you are also involved in education, no, and of course you are also involved in different formation in the parish, he told me that you can really give and share something to the people, or to the familia Rogate, no, to the seminarians, and of course to the brothers. And please, by the way, forgive me if I not going to speak in full English. No, I will speak also in Tagalog, and I know that as most of you can also understand. Maybe those the brothers, please ask your companions or your seatmate to translate it to you. Okay, so how did I get involved in education? Now, how did I get involved in education? Actually, after I left the seminary in novitiate, I I gave my time helping the parish, helping the parish. I was assigned to uh, form the sacristans, in the liturgy, the lay ministers, even the lectors and commentators. Then, one time, my parish priest then asked me, may gagawin ka ba tomorrow? That was Sunday. He asked me, may gagawin ka ba tomorrow? So I told him, wala, Father. Why po? And then he told me, you go to this school. Why, Father? Basta pumunta ka. No? Then, out of obedience to my parish priest, I went to the school, and I looked for the person he was asking me to look for. And then I asked the guard, where is the office of Mrs. Ganito? Then the guard told me, oh, yan po. Then when I entered the room, the office, I told her, Ma'am, ako po yung pinapunta ni Father. Sabi, ay, thank you, you have the time, bro. No, you have the time. Sabi ko, Ma'am, tungkol saan po? Then she told me, go upstairs. Bahala yung anak ko. My daughter will tell you. So I went upstairs, no? And then I looked for the daughter. After that, the daughter told me, bro, salamat po, may time kayo. And then I still ask her, ano po yun, ma'am? What can I do for you? I have no idea actually. I do not have any idea. And then he gave me some papers, and then he told me, bro, can you sign this? So without reading whatever it is, I signed the paper. And then after that, she told me, bro, wait for a while. Then she returned, and then she has already the books. And then she gave me the schedule. And then I asked her, ano gagawin ko? Brother, you're going to teach. Ha? I do not know how to teach. No? I have no experience and I do not want to teach. And then she told me, you will handle grade 1, 2, and 3. Sus Mariosep, what shall I do? And then she told me, yan po yung pinirmahan nyo. No? So, I have no choice because I signed. No? And you know what? I just receiving 700 pesos. I was, and then after some months, the owner told the accountant, naliligo din yan. No? Because maybe they thought it's really a mission. No? Then you add more. And then from 700, I received 3,000 a month. No? And during that time. Now, try to imagine grades 1, 2, and 3. Whenever I enter the classroom, the children will tell me, brother, 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 bless, bless, bless. Could you imagine? There are 30 plus students and you need to bless them one by one or else something got angry. Magagalit, may magtatampo, no? And then others will tell me, brother, 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 kindly put towel, please, please. Not only a teacher, but also a nanny. No? And then I finished that year. I do not want to continue. I do not want to continue. Now, I did not even get my salary, my last salary. Then, one time, nagulat ako because somebody was knocking at the door. When I opened the door, it was the guidance counselor of the school. And then I asked her, Ma'am, paano niyo nalaman? And then she told me, I went to the parish. Then I asked your house. No? And then, wala naman nakakain sa parokya eh. No? Then she told me, my sacristan, he knows your house. So the sacristan assisted me. No? Kaya ako nakarating dito. Sabi ko, my God. Then she told me, brother, pwede ba 1 year more? Sabi ko, ma'am, ayoko na. Sabi ko, ma'am, that's not really my calling. I do not want to teach. I do not want to be involved in education. I'm already satisfied helping the parish, even though I don't have any salary in the parish. Now, she told me, but brother, we already submitted your name, the evaluation coming from the students to the De La Salle, to the LSU, because that school will be under the consultancy of De La Salle. No? And they really wanted to meet you and to talk with you. Sabi ko, but ma'am, I really don't know. Sabi ko, but I do not want to teach anymore. And then she's begging, please bro, help us. Help our school. Oh. Then, I told her, sige ma'am, I will help just for 1 more year. And then that year, I was assigned to teach grade 4, 5, and 6. And I was also asked to help the campus ministry. I was assigned for the recollection, for the retreat. No? Then I did not know that there was this plan. They sent me to Bacolod uh, during the summer. That summer, together with the De La Salle campus ministers in the whole Philippines, with Brother Armin Luistro. Then we stayed there for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, studying the Lasallian spirituality. And during that time, I was thinking, maybe God wants me to be a Lasallian brother. That's what I was thinking. That's what. And then I enjoyed and I learned the spirituality, some, not the whole spirituality of the De La Salle brothers. And then, without knowing, when you attend that summer institute, you need to stay in the school for 2 years. And that seminar is 2 summers. So I need to stay in the school for 4 more years. O, di ba? No? Ang galing nila. No? And um, I I I've been with the De La Salle campus ministers, helping them, though I'm staying in the school. No? I met so many people. Okay, I was trained, though I did not take any educational units, but I was trained, and then they even asked me to write a book, no? And they offered a very good royalty, but that's not really my call, no? And even Rex Bookstore, they asked me to write a book, but really, that's not my calling to be a writer. No? And then during the time, during the time, I was thinking, why did God brought me in that place? Now, I was really asking. And then after after staying in that school for 6 or 7 years, then I realized that place is my formative, formative years. God put me there to be formed. To be formed. Why? Because during the time, I was able to have the courage to face people. I really don't have the courage to give talks. Because, hello, because I'm not good in English, really. Really. So, God put me first in the grades 1, 2, and 3 for me to learn how to be with the children, for me to be with the children. And then after that, 4, 5, and 6, He opened to me the gate of handling the retreats, the recollection. I'm not the one who's giving the recollection. Thank you, brother. But I was the one who contact the retreat house, the speakers, no, the bus. No. I prepared everything. And then, after that, they gave me the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. There, I noticed that God wants me to learn something. Because I'm handling the high school students, that was the time that I was able to enter their world. I understand their longings. I understand their feelings. I understand their sufferings. I understand the problems that they are encountering with their parents, with their friends, with others. No? And during that time also, I was able to listen to the parents. I learned the feelings, the problems, the anguish of the parents. And I also learned how to be with my coworkers. And I'm telling you, it's hard. It's really hard. No? Because you are dealing with different people. But all those experiences that I had is just the formation years. God let me enter and experience the education world for a bigger mission waiting for me. After after I resigned because the De La Salle um, brothers or the consultancy, that the school did not continue the consultancy now with the La Salle. I do not know if because of some problem or financial or what. And then actually, the De La Salle schools invited me to be with them. But I declined. Why? Because after my resignation, somebody or a group asked me, brother, pwede ka bang magbigay ng recollection? No? Sabi ko, why me? Sige na bro, because we do not have the facilitator. Baka pwede nang ikaw. No? So, I tried. I tried. No? Because I did not learn or study how to give retreats and recollection or how to facilitate the seminars. I did not. No? And then, suddenly, no, after that group, no, another group, and then so many schools were asking me to be their facilitator. For how many years I'm giving recollection to CEU? No? There, I met Father um, Father Benji. No. I met Father Benji there. And wow, I told him, "Oh, Father, dito ka pala." No, that's why every time we see each other, he's telling me na kumusta sa taga CEU. And how did I made the connection or reconnection with the Rogationist? During the time that I was assigned to be the campus minister of the school, they asked me, you look for the facilitator. You look for the retreat master. Then, I was thinking, sino kukunin ko? Wala akong kilala. And then they told me, the retreat will be in Tagaytay. During the time, I have no choice but to, I think it's not really a no choice, but I was redirected by God. No? Um, I went to Rogationist, to St. Anthony, and Father Bubut was there. Father Bubut Rondael. No? And then I told him, Father, I need facilitator for the retreat. And then he told me, kailan ba yan? I gave the schedule. And then sabi niya, tingnan natin kung paano kita matutulungan. Sige, one group I will handle. No? And then that's the time the Rogationists I have contact with the Rogationists, and during those times, different priests was invited to give the recollection or the retreat. Father Perico, uh, Father Rene, who is now a bishop, and I had an encounter with Father Rene that night, which I could not forget. After giving the confession to the students, I I have a talk with Father Rene, and then he told me, "Thank you very much." No, for what, Father? No, and then he told me, "You know what you are doing is the work of the Rogationist, and thank you because you are helping us to work." No. And during the time, I felt something. I became in love with the Rogate, uh, with the Rogationist again. And that was the time that little by little, uh, I have connection again with the Rogationist, And during those times, I have so many realizations, especially in being an educator, and being in the formation. And this is what I want to share with you. Why? Because as I look at this, the youth of today, the situations of the youth of today, being uh, in the world of education and even information, it's so hard. It's so hard to be formator. It's not easy to be an educator. But we are called to be such in different ways, in different manner. And as we look at this situation of the students or the youth of today, this made me uh, think and reflect on how I should give this topic to you. No? These are some of my um, assessment to the young people of today. I do not know if you can relate to this. No, maybe to the seminarians. This is because of my experiences talking to them, no, listening to them, being with them. No, this is just my assessment. No, but uh, I know they're all good. But I focus on these three things na nakita ko to the young people of today. Okay? I just use these pictures. The first picture, no, a young man riding on a motorcycle. And if you're going to look at his hands, hindi siya tumatakbo. Hindi siya umaandar. Why? Because in front of him, there is a crossroad. The first road at the left side, there's a sign there, success and fulfillment. Alam ng batang ito na kung yun ang dadaanan niya, if he will pass that road, he will be successful and he will be fulfilled. But he did not. Why? Because other roads gets his attention. Yung road na nasa middle, the sign was, I think, drugs and addiction. No? He knows perfectly na pagka yun yung road na dinaanan niya, his life will be destroyed. But he did not continue. The other road, sa right side, nowhere. He doesn't know what lies ahead. He doesn't know what will be the experience along that road. Now, there are so many young people who are experiencing also the experience of that young person in the picture. Because not all, but many of the young people nowadays are confused. Are confused, especially the generation now. They are confused of what is the truth and what is not truth. They are confused kasi ang dami-daming mga nakahain sa kanila. Sometimes, ang gusto lang nila, yung gusto nila, but not those they need. Hindi yung kailangan nila. They are confused. Some, they are confused of what? Ano ba talaga ang kukunin nila in the next stage, especially in college life? They are confused even in love because they thought if they have attraction, that is already love. They confuse because of so many things that is happening to them. Another, the girl is playing the juggling, no? In every ball, may nakalagay po dyan. Nakalagay dyan, work, no? Studies, money, nakalagay dyan, family, etc., etc. No? And then the other one, the boy will start the playing the juggling. And as I look at it, the young people nowadays have this attitude. And what is that attitude? They want to control everything, but they do not want to be controlled. Lahat ng gusto nila, yun lang ang gusto nilang gawin. If they can get it, they will enjoy it. But if the teacher will control them, that's the different thing for them. Galit sila. I do not know with the seminarians if they experience that with their brother assistants. No? If the brother assistant is so good to them, ay ang saya, ang sarap ng formation. No? But if the brother assistant is quite strict to them, no, they will think and they will talk at the back of the brother assistant. Why? Kasi hindi nila magawa yung gusto nila. Okay? But if you're going to let them do anything and everything they want to do, ang saya ng buhay. Right? That's how the young people nowadays. Okay? And then the third one, they are not addicts, but I just use that picture. The young people nowadays, they are adventurous, but not responsible. They can do what they want. No? They really want to experience so many things in life. But when something bad happens, they really don't know what to do. You know what? One of the hard thing giving a recollection, and even after the recollection, I have some connection with these students. They ask for my messenger, they ask for my cell number, and then there was a time that I was sleeping at the middle of the night. My phone was ringing. Not once, not twice, thrice. And then, it's just a number. When I take the phone, and then I answered, "Hello, sino to?" I heard the voice from the other line. He was crying, "Brother, brother." No, sino to? And then he told me the name. "Brother, gusto ha? Why? Do you think tutulugan ko?" Hindi. No? I listened to him. And then he told me, "Brother, gusto ko na magpakamatay." Sabi ko, "Why? What happened? What happened?" Then he told me, "Brother, buntis ko girlfriend ko." Sabi ko, "Ha?" No? And then my girlfriend wants to abort the child. Sabi ko, "Shit." No? We are afraid. Kami, brother. Hindi kami handa. No? And then, I told him, kung hindi kayo handa, bakit nyo ginawa? And then we talk and talk and talk and talk. You know, until what time? No? Until 4 a.m. And by 6:30, I need to leave because I have a schedule. No? But fortunately, no, they did not follow yung kanilang gusto na i-abort yung bata. They listened to what I said. No? And they keep the child. And that's one of the so many problems of the children, of the young that I encountered. No? Marami pa. Marami pa. Okay? Kaya nga, even until this time, I have so many students na binigyan ko 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but until now, we have connection. But why? Because they're asking some advice. If not advice, they will just tell me what is happening to them. No? Now, with this, ano yung dapat nating gawin? Being in the education and in the formation. What are we going to do? All we need to do is watch them with love. Watch them with love. This is for us. And what is the first thing that we need to do? First, Watch your word. Word is so powerful. We can uplift the person by mere words, or we can destroy the person by mere words. Especially with the young, because it's so delicate handling them. One time, I was invited to give a talk, a parenting talk, though I'm not a parent, but they asked me to give a talk to the parents. So, after the talk, a kid entered the hall. The kid was so cute, around 5 years old or 4 years old. Uh, and then I approached the kid and I told him, "Ang cute-cute mo, you look like an angel." No? And then he looked at me and then I told him, "Siguro ang bait-bait mo." No? And then the child shouted, "Hindi ako mabait." Sabi ko, "Hindi. You look like an angel." Sabi ko, "Sigurado mabait ka." No? "Hindi ako mabait." No? And then he ran. Then sinalubong ko siya. Sabi ko, "Who told you that you are not mabait?" The child answered, "Mami ko." Could you imagine? With that word, hindi ka mabait, remained in the mind of that little child. That's why in education, it's so hard because you need to really watch your word. Maybe also in the community. In the community, not only the family, but even in the community. Because in the community, we tend to sometimes bully others. Right? And we really need to watch our words. Baka kasi sa mga salita natin, instead of helping these brothers and the seminarians to have the vocation, baka mawala yung bukasyon nila because of the words that we are using. Words are so powerful. God created the whole world out of words. And of course, the devil destroyed the world through words. What had happened? And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Sinasabi ko sa mga bata, when God created man, ginamit niya yung kamay niya. He molded us. And that was the very first time that God touches man. And He did not do that to other creation. That's why man is so special. Sabi ko sa kanila, because many young people or the children nowadays, they lack this what we call haplos ng pagmamahal. That's why so many children are pasaway and KSP. And as I reflected, God really loved to touch us. That's why the Word made flesh and He started to touch us. Not only touching us, but He used the Word to teach us. Pangalawa, watch your actions. They said, action speaks louder than words. Tama naman. And the quotation that I will flash is very much familiar, especially with siguro mga malapit na mag-senior, because this is from a commercial of a milk. Kindly read. Hindi mabasa. Ang anumang mali na ginagawa ng matanda ay nagiging tama sa mata ng bata. And that's true. No? I'm also thinking, bakit ganito ang mga bata ngayon? No? Bakit ganito ang mga kabataan ngayon? May kasalanan din tayong matatanda. Why they are like this? And to the seminarians, the brothers, why I'm telling you this? Kasi hindi kayo bumabata. Tumatanda kayo. And in the coming years, you will also be formators. Ano man yung nakikita ng mga magiging formandi ninyo sa inyo, which is not attractive, which is not good, they will think it is the right thing. And it's so hard, especially, no, if you are forming the seminarians. Why? No? I remember Father Ulrich when he was our brother assistant then. He told us it's so hard to form your incoming conference, because the seminarians was telling us you will become our conference in the coming years, and it's hard to form people because kung ano yung ginawa ay pwede rin gawin nila, no? Because of the brothers' assistants, because of the priests, because of the religious. There was a priest from other congregation. He told me, we have a problem in sending missionaries. And I asked him, why, Father? Because nowadays, it's the mission who adjusts to the missionary. It's supposed to be the missionary who will adjust to the mission. No? And I asked him, why, Father? Why is it like this? He told me, maybe may mali din kami. Maybe these young missionaries, they saw something in us. That's why they too having an attitude like this. Kaya nga, even in our families, always remember, watch your action. In giving recollections, in giving retreats, young people, sometimes, they don't need good words. They don't need theological, philosophical discussions. You know why? Most of them were attracted and they will understand if you will give them the witnessing, because they need witnesses. It's hard, you know why? When giving recollections, giving retreats, you can see some participants sleeping. No? Some of them will do something which is make you angry. No? You prepared everything, and then when you ask them, close your eyes, they will laugh. No? It's so hard. But never ever that I ask any of these young people to step out from the room. Never. Instead, I'm using what they were doing as an example. You know why? Kasi kung I'm telling them that God, whoever you are, He accepts you. Tapos ako, hindi ko siya tatanggapin. Then I will tell them, God understands you. Hindi ko siya maintindihan. God forgives you. Hindi ko siya mapatawad. what's the use of giving them those words if they will never experience it? That's why there are times that even those quote unquote worst students, after the retreat, after the recollection, they really approached me and they will really say, bro, sorry po. And after that, we will have connection. And that's the time that I will tell something more to them. No? And you know what? One of the consolations of my consolations in giving the recollections and retreats to the young is telling them my experiences in the seminary. In the seminary. And I even invited them. And you make consolation? I have already a priest, once a student na binigyan ko ng retreat. He is already a priest. And then, one is in UST, also theologian. During the time that I gave the retreat this past days, I talked to some of the students, and then I told them, oh, did you see those brothers? Because they are having the retreat, no? Oh, maybe you think and you feel God. No, maybe God is telling you, I was with them before. I was in the community, in the seminar before. Really, bro? Yes, yes, yes. And then you know what? After the mass, somebody told me, brother, I was really thinking if God is calling me to enter the priesthood after for them, it's already a priesthood, not yet the seminary. No, after the graduation. So then what's the answer? You know what? I asked for a sign, and the sign was given, to me during the mass. And then he told me, bro, I will enter the seminary. So I go, talaga? And then I told him, oh, I will invite you in the orientation. Oh, I will invite you in the orientation. And there are so many of them galing sa iba't ibang lugar. No? And there was also a time when I was invited in Mindoro. No? I gave the retreat in Mindoro for several years with Father Ness. There was a time that I'm giving a talk with the parents. And then a parent approached me and he told me, brother, yes po, do you still remember? Then he said the name. Hindi na po eh. Tapos, he told me, kasi anak ko siya. He's my son. Talaga po? O kumusta na po siya? No? And then, he said, nasa SVD na siya, brother. No? Oh, talaga po? Yes. At kaya po ako pumunta rito sa recollection because I want to meet you. Bakit po? No? Bakit po? And then he told me, kasi sabi ng anak ko, isa sa mga naging inspirasyon niya para pumasok sa seminaryo ay si Brother Arnel. Hindi kita kilala. That's why pumunta ako dito to meet you. Natakot ako, kala ko susuntukin ako. But he thanked me for giving his son such inspiration to enter the seminary. Because they need the action, they need witnessing, they need witnesses. Okay? Next, what's your time? Ayan. So, late na late ako. Late na late ako. Okay? So, what's your time? Sabi nga in Ecclesiastes, there was an appointed time for everything. Okay? Yan. And a time for every affair under the heavens. Yes. What's your time? And you know what? I know that I will be late. Really. I left 1 o'clock. Uh, could you imagine 4 hours traveling? More than 4 hours traveling coming here. And you know what? Because I was really ashamed of being late. I know you're waiting. I did something. Ano yun? I'm not really fond of riding a motorcycle. I'm, I'm afraid of riding a motorcycle. Never in my life. But because I need to watch my time, I need to embrace my fear. No? And I told the driver, Kuya, this is my first time. Uh, natatakot ako. That's why, even, yung pag-akyat sa motor, even removing the helmet, I do not know. He was the one who removed the helmet because I do not know. I'm not riding. But because we are conscious in time, we need to embrace even our fears. Now, what's your time? I always think of this, that this is not forever. Giving recollections, giving retreats, this is not forever. That's why every time that I give retreats to the young students, I am trying my very best to give my best to them. But sometimes, your best wasn't good enough. But in every retreat, I can feel the presence of God. No? Kaya nga, in everything you do, always remember, you will not a seminarian forever. You will not, in your age, as just a brother forever. No? There is always a time for all of us. And every time that we have given the opportunity to give our best, let's give our best. No? Always watch your time. By the way, what time is it? Okay, next. What's your character? What is the first uh, topic kanina? What's your, what's your, what's your, and this time, what's your character? There was a saying, beauty catches the eyes, but character catches the heart. I'm telling this to the students that kahit ikaw pa ang pinakamagaling, ikaw pa ang pinakamatalino, ikaw pa ang pinakatalentado, no? Kung ang attitude mo ay hindi makatao, wala pa rin kwenta ang achievements mo. Because people nowadays, they want experience Christ. Especially with the young. This is what I notice. So many young people now are skeptics. I encountered some who asked me, bro, totoo bang may Diyos? Kung may Diyos, bakit niya hinayaan na mamatay yung lola ko? It's so hard. Okay? People is looking for somebody who is Christ-like. They are longing for Christ. Minsan nakakalungkot because there are some priests, instead of helping the people to experience God, They hated the church because of the character of the priests. Uh, what's your character? Because your character must reflect Christ. Your character must reflect the love of Christ. People need Christ, especially young people nowadays. They are longing and looking for Christ. No? Then, what's your heart? Heart is the core of our being. No? But here, heart is about prayer life. Before, when I visiting the seminary, may mga seminarians who will talk to me. Siyempre, problem. Then, I'm always telling them, how's your prayer life? Are you really praying? Then I will tell them, you have a problem with your obedience. You have a problem in so many things. Go back to prayer. Remember, you are vocationist. Your root is prayer. That every time you experience something, prayer is the answer. Um, if there is lacking in our prayer, we will have the problem following our superiors, following the will of God. No? So sabi ko, go back in prayer. Uh, and you know what? Sometimes God is really, um, shall I say, funny or He will really test you. No? And sometimes sasampalin ka pa niya. No? There was a time still in Mindoro. No? There's the Blessed Sacrament, the Adoration Chapel, besides the cathedral, because the school is the Holy Infant Academy. No, that's the school. Then we have our mass in the afternoon. That's why I'm not attending the mass. Instead, I'm staying and have my prayer in the Adoration Chapel. Okay? And the first time that I entered the Adoration Chapel, I saw many people coming in and out in the Adoration Chapel. But what caught my attention was this. There was a man, uh, gumagapang. I think, actually he's sick, but I do not know what is the sickness. Gumagapang. He caught my attention while inside the chapel because the door is from the side. So when you are facing the Blessed Sacrament, dito siya manggagaling. So, I was asking myself, what happened to that person? Why is he like that? No? And then, I continued my prayer. After my prayer, lumabas ako. And he was sitting uh, the door. So, I was looking at him. He was smelly. Okay? There's really something not normal in him. And then I was looking at him. I will get my slippers. Bigla sinabi niya, ah! Nagulat ako. No? Nagulat ako. I thought he will do something. No? So, lumayo ako. And then, habang tinitingnan ko siya, some people from the the Adoration Chapel, kapag lumabas sila, they give something to him. They give something to him. Some money, then some fruits. And then during that moment, napahiya ako. I was ashamed of myself. Why? Because I went there to bring Jesus. I went there in that place uh, to share Jesus. Pero ano yung ginawa ko? I saw this person, nilayuan ko, kinatakutan ko, pinandirihan ko. Then I told myself, babawi ako. The following day, uh, he was not there. Wednesday, wala pa rin siya. Thursday, wala pa rin siya. Friday, that's my last day. In the afternoon, I will be leaving for Manila. The parish ay busy because they have this walkathon or marathon for vocation during that time. No? So, I was alone in the Blessed Sacrament, the Adoration Chapel. And then, later, I noticed he is coming, crawling. And then I told myself, yes, ito na. Ito na yung pagkakataon. No? Babawi ako. After my prayer, I went outside. This time, hindi na ako takot. No? Still, no? When he saw me, ah! But I did not react. Then I asked him, kumain ka na? Oh! Oh! That was his reaction. Ganon. Wait for me, I told him. I will get food for you. And during that time, I have 70 pesos in my pocket. So I went outside. Then I saw the sign, the Jollibee. Sabi ko, uy, bibilang ko siya ng Jollibee kahit burger. And during that time, it's still not that much. So I walk, and then I already reached the bridge. Still, wala pang Jollibee. Yung pala, the Jollibee is located to the next, street. Sabi ko, baka pagbalik ko wala na. So, I saw the bakery. So, instead, I bought the breads and then a bottled water. Nakalagay sa plastic during the time. Then, I went back doon sa kanya and he was still there, alone. No? And then I told him, oh, this is for you. Tinapay yan, masarap yan. You eat them. No? You eat them. Tapos may tubig ka. And then you know what he did? He grabbed the food. Nagulat ako. Binaba niya, and then he grabbed my hands. Both hands. No? Natakot ako. Why? Kasi humihigpit yung hawak niya. No? Humihigpit yung hawak niya. But, you know what he did? Binitiwan niya yung one hand ko, and then nanginginig yung kamay niya, nag-sign of the cross yan. Kahit nanginginig ang kamay niya. He grabbed my hand, then he closed his eyes. And he prayed for me. He prayed for me. Yung tao na pinandirihan ko, yung tao na kinatakutan ko, he prayed for me instead of me praying for him. And nobody did that to me. Sa dami ng mga estudyante binigyan ko, nobody except him. During the time, no, every time na maalala ko siya, and that experience, I remember the kind of prayer life that person has. And not only that, the following year, I met him. Still, in the Blessed Sacrament, in the Adoration Chapel, this time in the evening. Now, when he entered, he stayed at the back, no, sitting there. Ako, nandirito, I have my breviary with me, no? And then, when I entered the Adoration Chapel, I told him, then, I seated, then I started to pray. And then while praying, wow, he was there. At first, okay, it's okay. I continued my prayer. And then again, Lord, Ah, I got irritated. Sabi ko, ano ba to? Nandito ako, praying, nakaka-istorbo. Sabi ko, one more, one more. He did. Tumayo ako. ah, para palabasin siya. But when I faced him, I was amazed. Why? As if he saw, he saw Jesus himself. He stared that much. Talagang sobra. No? Wala siyang pakialam kung nakatayo ako. And then, nakaganito yung kamay niya. And then, he's talking to God. Nung makita ko siya, humarap ako sa Blessed Sacrament, sabi ko, Lord, ano na naman to? Pinahiya mo na naman ako. Oh? Ngayon, sino ngayon ang pakikinggan mo sa amin? Ako na gumagamit ng prayer book while praying? O itong taong ito na gumagamit ng puso niya while praying? And you know what is the name of the person? John Paul. That's why every time na pupunta ako ng Mindoro, noon, pre-pandemic, I always looking for him. Because I can see and feel God sa tao ito. That's why we too watch our hearts. Watch our prayer life. Because in the silence of our heart, God speaks. At totoo yun. Totoo yun. No? Another experience, by the way, sorry for the experiences. Another experience, I was so tired. I was so tired because sunod-sunod yung aking bigay ng recollections, retreats. No, this time I was giving a college group during the time in I do not know in Baguio, in Baguio. I was so tired. No, I really felt the tiredness. And then I told them, will you please give me 5 minutes? No, I will just pray. And I will ask God for strength. Please, just 5 minutes. Walang magsisigawan. Walang magtatakbuhan. Just 5 minutes. Then I went to the chapel. You know what? Wala pa akong 1 minute sitting in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Sabi ng mga estudyante, nagtakbuhan na sila. You know what? I got angry talaga, yung dugo ko talaga umakyat sa ulo ko. Galit na galit ako. Then, I told them, anong klaseng mga estudyante kayo? 5 minutes lang ang inihingi ko. Hindi nyo pa maibigay. Pagod lang ako. Sabi ko sa mga teachers, Ma'am, sir, please, attend to your students. And then, I went back sa Blessed Sacrament, sa chapel. And then, sinabi ko sa Diyos, Lord, ayoko na. Ayoko na magbigay ng retreat. Ayoko na magbigay ng recollection kasi wala namang nangyayari eh. Sabihan mo silang manahimik, manggugulo. Huwag gagamit ng gadget, they will use their gadgets. No? Magtatawanan pa sila. Lord, sayang lang yung effort eh. Sayang yung time. Lord, ayoko na. Ayoko na. Then, I stopped and in silence, I heard the voice deep inside. And the voice was telling me, ano? Ayaw mo na magbigay ng retreat? Ayaw mo na magbigay ng recollection? Sabi ko, yes, Lord. Bakit? Dahil wala ka nakikitang pagbabago sa kanila? Yes, Lord. Sakit ang lalamunan. Nakakapagod. No? And then the voice said to me, bakit? Sinabi ko ba sa iyo baguhin mo buhay nila? Sinabi ko ba sa iyo na hipuin ang puso nila? Sabi ko, no, Lord. Tama. Hindi ko sinabi sa iyo, ayusin mo buhay nila. Hindi ko sinabi sa iyo na hipuin mo puso nila. Ang ipinagagawa ko lang sa iyo, magsalita ka sa kanila ng tungkol sa akin. Yun lang ang trabaho mo. Magsalita ka sa kanila ng tungkol sa akin. Ang hipuin ng puso nila, ang baguhin mo sila. Hindi mo trabaho yun. Akin yun. Akin. And because of that experience, kinuwento ko sa inyo kanina, kahit may mga batang natutulog, kahit may mga bata na nanggugulo, no, I will tell them, sigurado ako, may gagawin ang Diyos sa inyo. I'm always telling that to the students, especially mga magugulo. Okay lang, because at the end, God really did something to them. No? Kaya nga, madali bang mga ito? No? By the way, ano yung pwede natin gawin for educating and forming the people or the young people na ibibigay sa atin? No? Sabi nga dyan, watch your word, watch your action, watch your time, watch your character, and watch your heart. And do it with love. It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's possible. How? If. No? By the way, if you do that and if you leave that, sasabihin mo, kapwa ko, mahal ko. At sabi nga ni Kristo, Jesus said, whatever you do to the least of these brethren of mine, always remember, you do it to me. Always remember, my brothers and sisters, my fathers, may pananagutan tayo sa kapwa natin. May pananagutan tayo. Madali? Hindi. Posible? Oo. Paano? Kung hahayaan natin na hawakan tayo ng Diyos. When we let God hold us, even the impossible will become possible. Even if those things that we thought we can't, we really can if we let Jesus hold you. That's why, my dear brothers, fathers, sisters, always remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, let Jesus hold you. Glory to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Our Lady of La Salette, Queen and Mother of the Vocations, Saint Hannibal Mary, send, O Lord. Here we are, Lord, send us. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Thank you po, and God bless.